Kirby Smart needs you? You think Nick Saban needs you? You stupid. You going to Tennessee? Half y'all going to schools that don't even offer you. If you're good, it don't matter where you go, they going to find you. I promise you that. A lot of y'all want to go to the Alabamas, the North Carolinas, the North Carolina States. Y'all going to be there for 4 years and not have a meaningful game. Oh, but I got to catch, though. It was senior day. It was a slant. Relax. Bro, you better go somewhere where you got to put yourself first. Because when you play for that G, when you play for that A, when you play for that T, when you play for that AU, bro, they're putting themselves first. They're bulletproof. Nothing and no one will ever, will ever mess up their situation, whether a quarterback, receiver, DB, nothing, coach. Man, those schools are bulletproof. So to think that they want me, they need me, man, bro, they don't need me. Kirby Smart needs you.
Chris Clay checking back in, with another video, on Cam Newton. So, man, what I'm finna talk about in this video, it happened, a couple weeks back. But, I'm just getting to the point where, I can make this video and talk about it. So, that's what we finna do. So, it was this viral video going around, that, Cam Newton was giving, some players on his, 7-on-7 team advice about, choosing college, and basically how I interpret, the message was, he was basically telling the kids, not to choose the big schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't choose the big schools, look at some, smaller schools that's, you might have a better chance at playing at than going to these big schools and, sitting on the bench. And I totally disagree with Cam Newton on that message. I feel like, you shouldn't, advise people to do things that you wouldn't do or you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you analyze, let's just analyze Cam Newton's career, college career. Cam Newton went to Florida. When they had, when they was in the height of, that dynasty down there, they had Tim Tebow, they had all the athletes down there, and Cam Newton chose Florida. You see what I'm saying? He didn't play a lot just because, Tim Tebow was in front of him. But, he chose Florida. He got in trouble. He had to leave Florida. Then he went to a junior college. Won a national championship at a junior college. Then he went back to Auburn, which is another big school. So, Cam Newton himself didn't choose no little schools. So why, is he telling, athletes to choose smaller schools when he didn't choose smaller schools? And I'm gonna tell you guys, why I think, if you're an athlete and you got all these big time offers, man, you should go. You should if I were you, I wouldn't go to a smaller school. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like you shouldn't go to a smaller school. Because, like, you don't really need to play right off the bat. Let's look at Cam Newton, for instance. Cam Newton went to Florida. Right? Cam Newton was behind Tim Tebow. If Cam Newton would have stayed at Florida, he would have still went #1 draft pick. He would have still went to #1 draft pick. he was still, because if he would stayed at Florida, he probably wouldn't have played his freshman year. He probably wouldn't have played his sophomore year. But that junior year, it was gonna be all Cam. And he still would have did 1 year and been able to go #1 draft pick in the National Football League. See what I'm saying? But he went to Blinn, he played, which really didn't matter. That just got him to Auburn. And he did the same thing that he did at Auburn, he would have did at Florida his junior year. One and done. That's why I say, man, like, if these big schools are offering you gotta go to these big schools. You gotta go to these big schools. For one, you gotta go to these big schools because, that's where all the politicking going on at. Football is more than just, being good and being able to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta build an identity. Like, who are you? People don't want, people that don't have no buzz around their name or part of their organization. You know what I'm saying? That's where politicking come into play. You know what I'm saying? You playing for Nick Saban in the University of Alabama, that look good on your resume. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna put some buzz around your name. You playing for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, man, that's gonna put a buzz around your name. That's gonna look good on your resume. Now you playing for Kent State. You can go out there and ball out, but you still gonna have to prove yourself. You see what I'm saying? You can go to a school like Kent, no shot, no dirt thrown at Kent State. But you can go to school like Kent State, and I'm saying Kent State just because they had this running back, Dry Archer. What's his name? Dre, one of those, Archer. The guy was amazing. He ended up going to the NFL and all that, but he had to prove himself. You know what I'm saying? Him playing for Kent State with all that talent, he still wasn't, put in the same category as, guys playing at Alabama and Georgia, even though he probably putting up better numbers than them. See what I'm saying? Man, these big school offering you, man, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you can't run from competition. You can't run for competition. Like, who's to say you not the best wide receiver in the country? Who's to say you not the best running back in the country? Who's to say you not the best quarterback in the country? You see what I'm saying? Who's to say you not the best whatever in the country? To be the best, man, you got to go and beat the best. See what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, man, if these big school offering you, man, you got to go and see who you is. You know what I'm saying? You got to go see what you is. If you can't go to Georgia and play, then why is you even thinking about the NFL? If you can't go to Alabama and get on the field, man, why are you even thinking about the NFL, bro? Like, if you can't go to these big schools and get on the field, man, why are you even thinking about the NFL? You see what I'm saying? Man, you got to go and see who you is and what you is and how good you is amongst the best. Because I don't care what school you go to, you know what I'm saying? When all said and done, man, the same players at Alabama, them same players gonna be in the NFL. The same players at Georgia or whatever, them same players gonna be in the NFL, man. So you can't dodge it. You can't dodge it. And I'm gonna say this, man, like a whole lot of guys from smaller schools make it to the NFL, but those guys be probably under-recruited. Like, those guys don't have a chance to go to big schools, so they have to go to them small schools and prove themselves. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no guys who getting these big-time offers going to these small schools. They gonna try the big dogs first. Then when they see what they is and who they is, then they transfer, you know, to a lower school. And you know what I'm saying, do they thing. But no, man, you got to go to the big school first. At least that's what I think. If Alabama offering you, man, you got to go. If Georgia offering you, you got to go. It don't matter if you sit out for 1 year, 2 years. Just think about it, man. You really don't need that but one good year to make it to be a number one draft pick. You really don't need that but 1 year. So don't, for your freshman year, your sophomore year, man, don't worry about playing, man. Don't worry about playing, man. You go to them big schools, you know, hit your books, because choosing a college, football, you know, is more to football than choosing a college. You want to choose your college for a whole lot of other reasons, just football. You see what I'm saying? So, man, go to these big schools, man, and just have the mindset that whatever happens, long as I'm getting better. Long as you getting better, man, that's all you can do. Long as you getting better, man, long as you improving, man, that's what's important, man. So don't be trying to, plan out your life to get somewhere and miss out on the, a college experience. So, man, that's all I gotta say about that, man. You already know what I want y'all to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, or comment, tell me what y'all think, man. I'll see y'all in that video. Yo.